all know the case of Attorney General, former Attorney General Godfrey Dami or Dami. Ebisha for Papa born home day, especially about the case of Atofossin, the ambulance saga. So right now, only Hobio as the Attorney General or your former Attorney General. But sisi nipa so as the Attorney General, Dominic Aine. Na we say for ye nyina ye nim Dominic Aine. Dominic Aine NDC ni, and then the former Attorney General was an MPP. When a man for be say Omontiasi, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, why are you doing this? I didn't know yes sir. Just all by MPP for what buy munina, you are sucking them. Oh, main purpose be our the yes sir, and I say didn't now the yes sir. Because Omontiasi starting with IGP crowd here, we don't know if or MPP ni and so ye NDC ni. That one we don't know. But Obaya no way in a flow because Ghana phone you now bet me testify say, oh, this man there, he was a disciplined man, a noble man. Just say, oh, nyan was someone can or discipline Ghana for Ankasa about fake prophecies near the day, especially on 31st of December. I was just for one to cry and you say, oh, baby, I know the idea down 31st, no be a shamko. In conscience so they know say a fake prophecies, but they will be saying it. And no or bright. Ebujafo ye nyina Ghana for afina sumdwe aba. And no kwada nche eto kwankiti nkiti bi artist ano modidi rough ni nyina so omo da di. His Excellency by NOC Baby IGP Dampar meet me no nye adwuma, so pack your things and leave my office. And all the IGP yo no aba be show. And no kwada nche if you are a Chief Justice, so former Chief Justice Tokunu. And also a buy so boy and what they bought a year yakasi mamma. So ball a bush for committee crowd says almost in Semukana or more in Papa Bia. Even our former Chief Justice, a kufu so fire. It was for because I say this reason a year His Excellency a bomb and yet tangible enough. And yet too heavy. Say, wait me I say, oh, me didn't way susu bo we intina me say ma me in free office. And so still, His Excellency say, only Chief Justice get you to come any juma. And no connection. Sisi ade ya Attorney General no card way in for sharp. Or the NDC ni na babesi so, and no be na Ghana for atina si ebisa say. So I didn't know His Excellency uye we na. Do you have purpose be say oh me baby ye we ati Ghana because ye nim say since our call for 8 years every day unko bio ukoye and our sad baby nyame adom Ghana for pe wasem o ma sad wa baby. Even our education system no cry no just see enye no more free. You are going to buy uniform, your books, everything you buy, we know say you free. And you be na Ghana for any abro me say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama wa mayera hoye hondodo. Even year for kra na bisa for say be ye JHS anaka ye we that's what say say dey betimi akọ SS no. And no kra wo ya ma na boy. Yes no. Ye di gidie ene ahokeke bi ene to aba ma say bra. Ne be di yeso na ma ne mamu enye ha ema ye. Even sisi dollar rate no say rise. So sisi ano Ghana force me bisa His Excellency say miaka say area John Dramani Mahama me pa cho pe bibi na ye Ghana for no mo so mo chro insem bebre na sisi a echo media so soldiers for about their allowance and then everything a whole lot and of course we media so until the me person me so brand come home yenko tie about free SHs yenko tie about the allowance yenko tie about ACC nurses for so say 10 months ni o ma ye adwuma mu hu aketua. Everybody is crying in the country. Baby mo say if we nana do mo pencil and our baby do say by His Excellency ubaye say bi wa baby di 9 months aka wase na maybe wa sorting it out in yes so ye ne fast am I come hoy na ye mienu nyina ye mbom na ye nkoti sema hodo a ekoso e we ye man Ghana ma say but answer na no me de me said that me say you sure so be subscribe to the TV share our videos to a lot of people. Don't forget to comment, like, and please click on the notification button for more news updates. Thank you.
debi ehun sunsan so beba ama wiase afana ene Ghana fo nyina ehu de ekọ ene de eba na eno ho asem ena ama former finance minister Seth Terkper ede nsem bia ba betoto abonte a o kire se ewo wiase mu ha nyina no eye country bia ni ho a obetimi manage oman bi economy anase obetimi govern oman bi without any crisis it na say enioma eye 2020 to 2024 na ekoso a amanfo bi kire se eye external factors yemfa anye politics oye den a external factors ya de a ebetimi affect oman bi economy it no say sanioma no eba enya de a ye de politics na so NDC amanyuku no e de sanioma ni nyina ye politics a eno ena amanfo bi kire mu a ebo omo ema omo de ba power eye 2024 no na eno ho asem ena Seth Terkper insem a wo kana amanfo bi kire mu a ono ankasa ni party members ena de sanioma we eye politics ena ama Ghana ababeduru ba bia ye duri because ade say eye government bia no anase eye oman bia no external factors ebetimi ababe affect oman economy even though say oman no economy no so well is doing so well mpo a external factors bi ho no ma say ba oman no enya de a obetimi adwane afri saa ne oma no ho da na Seth Terkper edi saa nsem we beto abonten no anche bia na sese de Israel for enso ntokwa no emu aye dendenden a ama sese crude oil prices are rising more than 8%, close to 10%. Ama bese enkopim 16th June ye government of Ghana enso beto petrol prices move by 9%. Ehun asem nyina ba beto abonte a dollar nso a na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama eno nso omo chese omama na aba form ama oman nimu ayefo ama Ghana fo nyina ho ato no eno nso ahya ase etwitwi ni mu nkakra enya asem ketu enti say de nsem no aye bebre nsem no ano aye dinye pa eho asem nyina ene nsem ahodo a Seth Terkper ede beto abonti nyina no ebia ba be kan eka TV ensa yenso ye ba be bo awrem ni ahwe de ekoso nyina enti abusia onya subscribe ya eni die kwan so no abomode ano subscribe na afi nso wache wadwen e comment section hodom na bibia aye kama ye bo awrem ni nkotie nsem ni nyina.
Let's put on the currency issue.
Yes, I'm coming to the currency. Okay. So the point there again is the president saying things are going well. Let's be careful. Let's make sure that, we have, in essence, what he's saying that, when you have, when the trend starts to reverse, make sure that you have reserves, right? To put back. Reserves, which is sacrifice. Reserve, which is sacrifice. To set reserves, as in households, as in businesses, is sacrifice, right? So when we create it and the shifts are occurring, then we will have to fall on it, to make sure that, we stabilize the situation, because it's good to stabilize and to sustain reforms. Now, you spoke about revenue.
Were revenue being affected? Was that a major consideration?
Of course, revenue would have to be.
Import levy was being hit?
Wait a minute. Yes, because our revenue today is a factor. Yeah. And I'm saying, let me illustrate. Our revenue today, right? And I'm talking revenue, not tax revenue. Our revenue today is about 15%, right? 17%.
Okay. Tax GDP ratio?
Yes.
Okay.
The tax GDP ratio is around 15%.
Okay.
The revenue is around 17-18%. But as a middle income country that we have become, it is our tax to GDP ratio that should be 17%, 18%. Even for an African country. It is not 15%. And that is why, we are the president, the minister, and others have spoken about getting technical assistance in order to bring the VAT regime back to where it was. And then the president said it would affect the entire, revenue consideration when the debates were going on. And therefore, the levies that are being imposed, we have had a temporary levy policy where, you have sunset clauses. You use them during austerity and then you remove them. In other words, they are similar to your counter-cyclical measures. When you, so let me use a practical example, which is true. When we went into COVID, globally, right? You remember that's when Zoom, and telephony and things, hit a boom, right? Therefore, that's when, and because many of these are done through the banking sector, that's when you have your FinSec levy. Because it is not the whole sector that is depressed. There's a sector that is doing well on account of we being at home. And therefore, meetings were being done on the laptop, on the phone, and whatever. It means that sector, is booming. So you put a temporary levy on it, right? You put a temporary levy on it. Of course, a time will come when COVID will be over. And it did. Right? And today, yes, there's some stability in the use of Zoom and the other, but it's not at the peak when it was, in a crisis, when they were favorable. So, to summarize again, all that we are saying is that you cannot manage an economy without crisis. You cannot manage an economy continuously for 4 years. 3-4 years without one crisis or the right. Right? Mpox. Mpox is in the news.
Yeah.
Right? How are we preparing for it? Or how did we prepare for it? Have we put some reserves, learning from COVID, so that when Mpox comes, we fall on those reserves, to manage? And that is when the reserves you are keeping, because you will have to tackle it. That's when you take the reserves, right, to manage it. I mean, this is not saying you are manipulating the markets. No, you are only managing the economy because...
And the question they are asking is, can a self-confessed errand boy be privy to, understand, and appreciate national security operations and the funding thereof? Regrettably, there's nothing in this witness statement which incriminates the accused person. These are the words of the lawyers. I don't know what the position that the judge will take, but these are the words of the lawyers. And we're sharing it with you as a matter of public interest. Now, he's saying here that the person that is your witness statement says of himself that I'm an errand boy to Kwabena Dubois. He sends me to go and buy him Yokagari and sends me to go and buy him Wache and sends me to the bank and sends me to do everything. He said, okay, how many times did he send you to the bank? He said, he sends me to the bank every Wednesday. About how much money do you collect? Hey, it's a lot of money. Oh, hey, my boss, when he sends me to the bank, money is in Ghana, must go back. It's a lot. What do you do with the money? Well, when I take it from the bank, sometimes I bring it to him. Sometimes I bring it here. And then it appears he was asked, do you send some to his wife? Because there's a headline who says that I did not send any money to Kwabena Dubois. So he says, no, I didn't send any money to his wife. So the conversation here is that if you are prosecuting a boss and you want to find out that the boss of a national security system has misappropriated money, the way to do it is not to call his errand boy and say, yeah, he's sent to go to the bank. He doesn't know what it is for. He doesn't know. He just goes to collect the money and he brings it. But that is one of the principal witnesses for the prosecution. And the defense lawyers are suggesting that this might not work. But it depends on what the courts will do. The next one, prosecution witness statement of Edith Ruby Opoku Edumoa. And he says that, can we assume that the witness has obtained national security clearance